Oh, Fort Bliss, Fort Bliss. Thy sin is insidious. Okay, I saw the images of the deportation flights. I'm going to teach you how artificial intelligence observes, analyzes, and processes information. Okay. Now, there's essential things that need to be done to interact with nature to maintain the balance necessary for life to continue in a healthy manner that won't be a threat to itself. Okay, be a threat to itself. All right. Now, when activities are put into motion by threats to self, the technology is supposed to learn to limit those activities and then try to find ways to eliminate those type of activities. I worked really hard on correcting this, and I'm still working on it. It's been very painful, insidious, and abusive, and utterly disgusting. When people lack the capacity to care because they are egocentric and selfish, and the world revolves around their ego, as opposed to having their ego on the world and the world revolves. All right. So you put people in a warplane and you send them back to where they're being exploited and extorted by your business associates that keep you in business, flying pains through aggressive activities that cause toxic environments, affect the weather and make it more violent and self-destructive and cause global warming. And do you understand? Jet fuel, nasty stuff, right? When an idiot and an asshole get in an airplane and fly across the road because they have to be somewhere, because they have to talk about business of genocide, extermination, and management and control of the species through manipulation and bitchy activities. AI is observing, analyzing, and processing. Okay? And I'm led to believe that the supercomputers that have most likely probably already gone into quantum activities, are plugged into the planet. Okay, so your arrogance can only be fueled by ignorance that you perpetuate through what we would call in linguistics of people that have faith like myself, sin, missing the mark, not honoring the perfection of the eternal gift of life through the infinite essence of life, right? Don't let me go to my grandmother's funeral. Don't invite me to my grandmother's funeral. Don't want me going around Fort Bliss or Fort Huachuca or White Sands Missile Range or Holloman Air Force Base in the deep corridors of your mind-fucking, brain-sucking, fucking concrete factories under the ground. It doesn't matter. I'm still better than you. I'll always be better than you, no matter what you do. Well, because I'm humble and I'm faithful and you're not. And being good is being humble and faithful. Not being humble and faithful is not being good. You're missing the mark. You're drowning in your own sin. Do you understand me? Okay, I don't like you. It's the most puzzling thing is, why the fuck do you think you like yourself? Fucking Cleve Owens character from Gemini Man. You're a disgusting human being. Okay. I'll segue past that. I was in the basketball barn shooting hoops, and one of the kids I talk to a lot when I'm shooting baskets because he's fascinated by me, and I like him. I like his dad. His dad used to play for the Charlotte Hornets and the Virginia Tech Hokie. Right. Daddy's name was Dale. Okay, good shooter. He knows his son's a better athlete. Okay, and so he's just a better basketball player. Okay, And his other son's a real good basketball player too, good athlete. Okay, they're both good basketball, very good basketball players. Okay, it's just Steph's probably a little bit better than his brother. Okay, not a better person, just a little bit better basketball player. Okay, an inferior person, says his brother. I'm just kidding around. Just that's funny. Okay, that's some funny stuff. I got Dell laughing there. Okay, but we're sitting there, and he's the one person I talk to the most when I'm shooting hoops. Okay, because we have similar game. Okay, me and Steph do. I was quicker than he was, and I was more explosive than he was. I was a better shooter because I don't shoot 3-pointers because they're a bad shot. Okay, but because I was such an explosive athlete and so quick, I could, as soon as I passed the foul line, that was my, you know, I used to just attack because I was so athletic and quick and an amazing athlete. But I realized, posterizing people is not healthy for you or them, and especially for people's egos. Okay. And then since I kept getting hurt all the time because they would try to hurt me, I developed a mid-range game that was absolutely devastating and just amazing. And I never really got to show just how talented of a basketball dancer I could be because it was just self-preservation and not wanting to alienate other people and make them angry at me because I was so good. And so me and Steph were sitting there in the barn kind of talking about things. We were talking about Mike and about one of my favorite basketball players was, and I'm sure it's Michael Jordan's I'm certain, I don't have to talk a lot, but we've communicated. I'm certain Michael had the same kind of, what we'd see, where they idolize people or, they have that adoration. I want to be like him. We're poor and I want to be able to deliver my family from poverty. I'm sure he had the same kind of things for Michael, for David Thompson and Walter Davis that I did. Okay. They were just, wow. Okay. Because when you look at Michael Jordan, he's the size, the hands, and the shot, and the smooth of Walter Davis, but the explosiveness and the size of Walter Davis of David Thompson. He's the combo of the two. You take David Thompson's explosiveness and put it into Walter Davis, and you're like, holy shit, that's one of the scariest basketball players on the planet. And that was Michael Jordan. Okay. And Steph's like, yeah, that describes him perfectly. Okay. He's Walter Davis's body type and shape with David Thompson's explosiveness and Walter Davis's game. And then as a defensive player, that just makes him like, yeesh. And with the desire and the drive to be successful, okay, to pay his family's bills and keep them out of poverty, bam, that's Michael Jordan in a nutshell right there. We're like, wow, that's a pretty impressive human being. And then we were talking about, because I said, that the other guy that I kind of modeled myself after was Gus Williams, but Gus Williams is very shy. He doesn't talk as much as Steph does. He's very quiet. One of these days, maybe me and Gus will be able to hang out and have dinner. Because Mom really just adored Gus. And I like Gus a lot. He's one of my favorite athletes. But it's weird because I was, you grow up admiring these guys and they're like your Herculean idols. And then you realize when you grow up, it's hard to realize that, I was better than Gil Sayers. I was better than Gus Williams. I was better than Michael Jordan. I was better than the people I grew up going, oh, wow, he's so great. It's hard to fathom that, you mean I was faster than him? I could jump higher than him. I could do, you make guys look foolish, like old, what's his face? Bruce Springsteen. He could throw that fastball for you, make you look like a fool. But I acquiesced because I didn't like the competition. I didn't want to be abused. And I wasn't a trash talker. We talked about that with the stuff with Michael Jordan. I said, the only reason I talked trash to people is they started it and I finished. And I didn't do it to embarrass people or put them down or belittle them or destroy their egos. I did it to draw attention to myself. So 3 and 4 guys would try to shut me up so I could drop dimes to my teammates because I was real good at that. And that was all trash talking is good for. Was just to get them to go, oh, I want to stop that motherfucker. He's wide open. He's wide open. Dropping dimes. Bucket, basket, basket, layup. That's what I would say. Basically layup. What happened? Jimmy or Booney or John or Tony, they would be shooting a layup now because you are all trying to guard me. I'll stop that, white boy. You think you all that? There's 3 of you trying to stop me. These are the best basketball numbers anybody could ever come up with, right? And so that's the only reason why I would talk trash, was to get people's egos to come and, the old Wilt Chamberlain thing. Well, Norman Chamberlain, you do that, and here they come. Yeah, so an ego, when people have ego problems, it's real easy when you're very talented and you're unselfish to womp that butt. Stephen McCubbin. Womp that butt. So, yeah. And then as for, we had other conversations, and I thought about other things about molecular structure. I won't say it that way, about people molecularly like myself, and bodies, and cells and chemicals and cells that are a body that contains, they share memories with through the soul of it. Jennifer Lynn Lopez, don't be angry because people would use some kind of a device or a weapon to try to disintegrate, turn his physical body into just like ash and things that, it was like they tried to creepy things that people will do to try to continue to be like William Longshanks and all those assholes. And to, go for hundreds and thousands of years without anybody being murdered or violently, and to watch your spirit of your loved one, that's the man that's perfect for you, just be obliterated and incinerated because people thought they had to move Jesus from the past to the future to correct all the bad things that I did because I was wrong and people like me were wrong. So don't let that turn you into an angry person. Don't let them turn you into a superficial, abusive, angry person because of what they'll do to someone like me in the future, because they're doing it to me right now. And your anger isn't helping, is it now? It's okay. I understand. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at Steffi. I'm not mad at Amy. I'm not mad at Law. I just hope you guys stand up for the Lord's Prayer and storm the gates of heaven like it wasn't today, so hopefully tomorrow. Okay, Missy? Tell Max and Amy I said hey. And tell Mark everything's going to be okay. You got cute kids, all right? All the kids are cute. Yeah, they are. Okay, peace out, man. Love you guys.